Hi friends, welcome to Mrs. R's Art Room, and it's another wonderful day to make art. And today we have a very special activity. It's super easy and super fun, and we get to use all kinds of colors. You don't need many supplies for this project. You need paint chips, you need 2 pieces of paper, construction or plain white. You're going to need paint, a paintbrush, scissors, and glue. And of course you'll need some Sharpie markers. So today what we're going to learn about is something called a cityscape. It's very similar to a landscape. It's just that rather than being what you would see if you looked out your window, let's say in a field or a wide open space, this is what you would see if you looked out your window and you were in the city. So we're going to build a city, and today what we're going to use are paint swatches. Now I know you guys have all seen these. Has mom or dad or another grown-up, have you ever been with someone who wanted to paint a room in their house? Oftentimes they go to the store and they find paint swatches. And I happened to go and I found all different colors and all different wonderful shapes. So we're going to put those together today, and we are going to make a cityscape. Aren't these cool? Look at these. I found these and they have holes in them. I can't wait to use some of these. So the very first thing we're going to do is make sure that we have all of the supplies that we need. We need a piece of paper that we can use for our background. I chose blue. You can use whatever you have in your house. You can even use a newspaper if that's all that you have in your house. It doesn't matter. It just has to be whatever we're going to use to put our city on. And then you need another piece of paper. Again, it can be any color, any type of paper. It can be a page from a magazine. Be creative. Use whatever you have at home. And this is going to be for our foreground. Who remembers what the difference is between a background and a foreground? The background is what is behind you, okay? So the background right now is my gray wall. The foreground for me is all of these paint swatches and supplies that are in front of me. And we're going to build our cityscape just like that, with a background and a foreground. So the first part of this project entails us taking our white paint, and we're going to paint, in this case, clouds. Now if you don't have white paint and you want to draw or color in with crayons a sunshine or whatever you want to do, it's totally up to you. For me, for this exercise, I'm going to use white paint on a blue background, and I'm just going to make some clouds. I'm going to pretend that my city has a very cloudy, is a look on a very cloudy day. So here goes my clouds. And you know what? The brush I'm using, it's kind of important because I want this to really look smooth. So I have, you can see, sort of a fluffy brush. And that's what I'm doing for my clouds. See that? You can make your clouds any way you want. You can put as many or as few in as you would like. Okay? See that? Now I have a nice cloudy sky. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm even going to put some right on the edge and let them bleed off so that it looks like the clouds just go on and on. Get some a little bit lower because you never know where we want them to peek out. Okay, so that's going to be my very simple background. And I'm going to set this aside and let it dry for a second. The other thing now that we want to do is we want to take some of our paint swatches and we want to pick the colors that we like. I took the time to already set aside some of the colors that I thought would work together. So I chose a green, a yellow, a purple, and I think an orange and a teal. I think we'll use those today. Okay, we'll set the others aside. And see that? Now I also found these nifty ones. Look at these guys. These to me, I thought would make some great roofs. So I have white, and then I have some that have color. Look at this. So we're going to put them together. Check that out. It instantly makes a roof for our house. Okay. Now my background, it dried pretty quickly. I didn't use a ton of paint. So the next thing you want to do is we're going to lay out our cityscape. Watch this. The cool thing about this project is it doesn't matter if your swatches hang off the edge. See that? Because we're going to trim this later on. So first thing I'm going to do is figure out, what colors look good next to one another? And you're going to notice, think about a city. Are all the buildings the same height? Nope. Some are tall, some are short. And that's what we're going to do. Some are thin, some are wide. So we're going to stagger the size of our buildings. I think I might like the blue next to the purple. Okay. See the blue's a little, or the teal is a little bit shorter than the yellow. We're just going to make this a really cool cityscape. Now I have these, and these are super duper fun because they have holes in them. So, you know, I haven't used pink yet. Let's try pink. I really like pink. And maybe my windows are up toward the top. So I'm going to get rid of this guy. And I'm going to, maybe he'll be too wide. What do you think of that? And then we'll move the blue over. That'll butt up against that. And maybe we'll tuck the purple back behind here a little bit. What do you think? So it looks like it's even more in the background. And we will put this guy right here in the foreground, and it'll be a little bit shorter. See that? You're starting to see a city? Just wait. It's going to be really cool. Now I have to figure out where do I want and what color roofs do I want. So let's see. Who remembers about complementary colors and what works? So let's see. Let's see. Let's just put a purple roof here, and maybe we will do a I think I like a green, or a green roof maybe. Maybe we'll put a greenish roof behind the purple. And I think we need a white roof right here so that it really stands out. What shall we use for the teal? What do you think? Maybe orange? Shall we do orange? You can have so much fun with this. Just experiment. Notice I didn't glue anything down yet. That's very important. You don't want to glue anything down until you have figured out the layout for your piece. Okay? So here we go. So now it's time to start gluing, because I like what I have here. Oh, I forgot one important thing. I think that maybe the lights are on behind my house here. So I'm going to look for something that's sort of a yellow color. Oh, I have a yellow right here. I'm going to put yellow behind there so it looks like there's lights on. Isn't that cool? I didn't do the roof yet for that because I'm going to have to cut that out of something else. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start with what's furthest in my background, and I'm going to start gluing it down. I have a glue stick, and I'm going to use that. If you have Elmer's glue or craft glue, it's perfectly fine. You can use that. So I'm going to gently take this off, and I'm going to glue down my roof. Now, who remembers you always want to go all the way to the edges of whatever you're gluing. You might want to put some newspaper down and work on that just so you don't get your table really messy. So I go right to the edges, and the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put down my roof. There we go. Look at that. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I am going to glue my building. Here we go. All the way to the edges. Make sure you get your edges. You want this to stick super duper well. Okay. And it doesn't matter if these paint swatches are right side up or upside down, whatever you like, okay? If you don't happen to grab any paint swatches that are in the shape of roofs, it's fine. Absolutely fine. You can cut them out later, okay? So now I'm going to glue down my my white roof. Oh, why can't I glue down my white roof? Who knows? because guess what? I have stuff that is further in the background. So I'm going to just slide these guys down because these are toward the foreground. And I am going to first glue down the background. Here we go, all the way to the edge. Really coat this. I don't want it to fall off. Okay, and this is my tall building. See that? It reaches right up to the clouds. And now this one. Try not to put the glue on right on top of your piece, because if you do that, you're going to make your artwork sticky. You don't want that. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now it's time. I'm going to put my white roof. Remember, this was a shorter building. Put my white roof. Look at that. There it goes. Nice and sticky. White roof right there. And we're going to put our orange building. And we're going to go right to the edges. I know you guys are going to be great at this part. Okay. Press it down nice and hard. Make sure you hold it in place. All right, now we're going to do my orange roof. Right to the edges. You see how quick this is? But it is really important that you lay it out first, because that way you'll know exactly what goes where and in what order you have to put it. Okay, now my teal layer. All the way to the edges. Can't wait to see what colors you guys pick. Press, press, press. And last but not least, okay, I'm going to put my background here. This is going to be the lights that are on in my house. I'm going to position that right about there. See that? And then I'll put the windows right over it. Don't worry if you run out of paint chips or anything and you can see a little bit of your paper, because we're going to put a foreground here. So don't worry about it. Okay. Look at all this. I like to use these glue sticks that are a color because I can actually see where I've glued and where I haven't. Here's my windows. Look at that. How fun. Press it down and give it a minute to dry. And now is the really fun part. Now we're going to put all of the details into our picture. So as you look at this, what's missing? What's the first thing that comes to mind? Windows, doors, right? So let's start. Let's start putting our windows in. Maybe on this one. They're going to be long rectangles like that. And we're going to do 4 across on this floor. And there's going to be 4 across on this floor. Uh-oh, but what do you notice? This one is overlapping, so can I draw a whole window? Nope, you can only draw part of it. See that? That helps make it interesting. 3 and 4. And down here, I'm on the ground floor, so I probably need to put the door. Let's draw a door. Pretty neat, right? Let's do that for all the rest of them. Maybe this one has square windows, and there's only 2 across, and they have crisscrosses in them. Remember, be creative. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. In fact, you shouldn't. You should totally use your imagination. This one, I'm going to say that this has double doors. This is a fancier house. What shall we put over here? Well, maybe this one will have a great big window up here. Look at that. And then smaller windows down below. This one only has 3. And this has a little door. Let's see. Maybe my door is going to be like this. And the top part is a window. And there's the door. I forgot this guy. You know, I think I might want some crisscrosses in here too, or maybe just some extra lines. These are a different type of window. Think about all the things you would see in the city and how they would look, right? This is another 4 panel, and this one has a little bit showing here. All right, almost done. This floor only has 3 windows, and that's okay, because the doors are here. Or the door. And there it is. And this one has a little portico over it. Okay, and this one, look at this one. This one has shutters. Isn't that fun? Use your imagination. Oh boy, guys, guess what? I forgot a roof. Let's make a roof before I forget. So look at this. I have some of these bigger chips, and I'm going to actually cut a roof out of this. I'm just going to make it a triangle. See that? I'm going to tuck it right back there. Where's my glue? Here's my glue. All right, let's glue this guy. Remember not to glue it over your artwork. Okay, and I'm going to tuck it right in there. There we go. Look at that. Look at our cityscape. Isn't this fun? We're going to draw a door on this one. This door is going to be right over here. And this is going to be a fancy door. Look at that. It has a window up on top. That's a pretty shape. There we go. Right? And maybe my roof even has some detail. See that? Like the shingles on my roof. You can have all kinds of fun with this. Take a look out your window and look at some of the houses around you. What kind of roofs do they have? Do they have shutters? Do they have, maybe you have a slate roof? Maybe, I don't know. Use your imagination, see what you see. There we go. All right, you know what else? I think there's some birds in the sky. A real simple way to make a bird is just to do that. Look at that. And your eye will instantly tell your brain that those are birds. Pretty cool, huh? Maybe there's an airplane. You could put an airplane peeking out from behind these clouds. I'm going to put, there's its wing, and that, there it goes. Tail. We got an airplane. So there you have it, guys. Oh, maybe we want to put a chimney. Is there a chimney on some of these buildings? Maybe. Maybe there's a satellite dish. All right. So my painting is all set. Now I notice I have, oh, I forgot. We got to do the foreground. How could I forget? So the foreground, we're going to use our extra sheet of paper. And this is a really fun thing to do. Here's what we're going to do. My foreground is going to have a little bit of grass in it. So I am just going to gently put my one finger on the paper and start to tear it. Okay? And you can guide the width of your tear with your other hand. This sounds trickier than it is. It's really fun. So I'm just going to tear it all the way across like this, and you get this beautiful edge that's called a decal. See that? This edge is called a decal. And you can just lay it right here. We're going to glue it right down. Now you notice my paper is too short. It doesn't go all that way. So guess what? I'm just going to cut an extra piece. And I'm going to tear it off. And I'm going to lay it like that. And I'm going to glue it Watch this, guys. Here we go. Gluing it as we speak. I'm going to glue it down. Look at that. I'm going to glue this guy down. Here it comes. Get as much of it as you can covered. Okay. Look at that. There's my foreground. And now we just simply take our scissors, flip it over, cut off anything that's extra. Watch this. I'm going to let this be a little bit longer than my sheet. And voila! There is your cityscape. So, friends, look at this. We have our cityscape, and I know yours is going to be awesome. So remember to be creative and be artful.